Twitch and or YouTube. Ooh, thanks for joining my stream today. I've got some good stuff planned. I've got a clean GitHub notifications queue because I just marked everything as red. That's always nice. All right. Today I'm going to be, where is it? There it is. Going to be working on my template-typescript-node package, which is very exciting for me because I've been working on this for quite a while. It's past 700 commits. Curious actually what the oldest is. Should probably do this in the Git terminal. Although actually I guess I could look at the, let's look at the package JSON history, see if that, oh wait, you know what? Package JSON has a lot of changes. Let's look at the TS config, because that's not going to have too many changes. Yeah, initial commit August 1st, 2022, a little under a year ago. And yeah, I've got some exciting stuff going on here. So Boris Cherney, the awesome TypeScript developer who previously owned and was maintainer of the create-typescript-app package on NPM, gave me maintainership of that package. Come on, NPM. There it is. Up. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to, I can see Boris removed himself. I'm going to rename this project to create-typescript-app. But there are a few issues that keep popping up every day I try. So, gonna have to get through those. Also, as usual, cat hair in my nose. Sorry that I'm getting all gross. Try to not call it out too much. Anyway, yeah, so the most recent issue that I discovered trying to get this darn thing to work was I made a new package. Actually, let me just post some links in the chat. Made a new package called Cached Factory. It's a very small one. The vast majority of the code here is configuration for the repo, which is funny to me. But yeah, it's just like a little class that takes in a function, and that function takes in a key. It caches the results of calling that function. You call .get. So, hooray! I wanna make sure that the template-typescript-node package creation stuff is working well. So I tried that out and got this error. So that let's see here. I'm gonna make a new repo. Make temp cd rf temp. Make temp cd temp. What is this warp? New update. Okay. cd temp. So if I npx template TypeScript node package, make sure it's at the latest, mode create, author Joshua K. Goldberg. I'm just gonna description testing this out. Repository testing CTA1. I'm sure the CLI will ask me for more things. So the way this package works is it'll prompt you for a bunch of stuff that you can also provide on the command line. And while that's running, first up, investigating an issue and created Git hooks. All right. Boop. So what organization? So I'm just gonna restart owner Joshua K. Goldberg. What I'd like to do, I'm gonna skip GitHub API so that it just does stuff locally. Emma, how's it going? Oop, forgot the title. Testing stuff. Alrighty, how much tooling? -- base everything. Set up all the tooling. I'm great. I'm working on template TypeScript node package. Actually, let me pin the issue. That's currently the focus here. Shouldn't be too long to resolve this, I hope. Famous last words, I know. Anyway, if we code, what's this repo? Code testing CTA1. Alrighty. So warp is showing me it installing packages, and its status So just while it's running, I'm going to prep a commit, array, git add all, git commit and temp, git push. So once the CLI is done installing packages, what should happen, if this bug is correct, is that when I make a commit, don't need to push, I should get this complaint on the command line saying this commit was ignored because it's not set as executable, which is a problem in, I believe, the package CLI. Okay, past installing packages. Cleaning up files. So, interesting. I don't get this anymore. I got this on my laptop. I wonder if this is like a permissions thing. Interesting. This on my laptop, but not my Mac Studio. Mac Studio. Maybe a different permissions thing. Well, that's lovely. Close off all my other windows. So, yay. Try this again. Wait, no, I do get it. Ha! There we go. Get it all. Okay, so it must have been that there wasn't a commit previously. Okay. So I've seen before people mention this on the internet, and I remember I've had to. There's this chmod command you can run. So 1, 2, 3. And if we run this command, and then commit again. Yep, there we go. No complaints. So chmod modifies the permissions. Why is it called chmod? Change mode. There it is. So change mode. I don't know what UG is, but modifying or adding X to .husky star. So what I'm going to want to do is template-typescript-node package, add chmod whatever to the part of creation that creates .husky / pre-commit. Now pre-commit is created in the, it's described in this create.husky function, which is a nice little dive into how this template works. I've got this create structure call function that gets passed to write structure worker, which then recursively goes through the created object and writes files. So .husky creates the .husky folder, which is in the root, which is in write structure. So just gonna quickly add a comment for the bug and then wait. What was the thing I need to run? chmod ugx husky star. Cool beans. Import that from execa. Pull. Okie dokie. Not so bad. Let me just run pm test to see if this changes any unit tests. And now instead of running template-typescript-node package latest, I want to run my local version, node star or folder repos template-typescript typo. Node package bin index.js, and the repo name is going to be testing CTA2. Can't build bin / index.js. Yep, I forgot to build locally. Okay. Command failed with exit code 1. What is a failure? No such file or directory. So that's nice. .husky /star. Maybe if I change it to just husky pre-commit. Does that work? RF testing CTA2. the same thing as before. Oh, I forgot to ppm build watch, so it's still running the old code. All right, now it's build watch. We run the command. Yep. Great, great. Now it's installing packages. That might take a while, so in the meantime, I'm making new bash locally. chmod husky pre fix chmod ug husky pre commit on writing after writing structure. Cool. In theory, this is something I should probably unit test. In practice, it's a one-liner. I don't think this function yet has unit test coverage, right structure. It doesn't, but the right structure worker is covered. I'm not going to bother. LOL. So let's see. Fixes. Garuna, long time. How's it going? Welcome back. I have seen Bun, yeah. Bun's cool. Pretty early stage. Excited that they're working on working on JavaScript TypeScript performance. Written in Zig is something you don't see very often, but it's still pretty cool. Yeah, have you tried out Bun? Do you have feels on it? Actually, let me applies the suggested fix from manually changing the files mode with chmod. Created. And if I, nice, testing CTA2. Initial commit, and then if we go to the README array, and all commit array. Yep, it runs Husky. Great. Yeah, do they have like a performance comparison somewhere in Bun's docs? Okay, here we go. So I'm always hesitant to I don't know, to take too seriously any small performance demos. Every package, every framework, library, whatever, will find the ways that it works best and then show those. Like, oh, look how much better we are. I'm sure there are many ways Bun is faster, but I would really want to see like a deep dive comparison. Like, what are many of the most common tasks that folks do, and then how do those all compare? Again, I'm not insulting Bun or trying to insult them or put them down. I'm sure they're fantastic, and it's awesome that they have some really immediate wins for performance. Like, that's awesome. But I am just curious. Like, I want to see the all up comparison. You know. Lin's knip. I've got an issue here. So knip, KNIP, knip is the package that I use to detect unused code and dependencies and the like. And it looks like it doesn't recognize chmod as a binary that ships. So I'm gonna report this as an issue because actually, let me just make sure it's not already chmod. Chmod. It's just referencing that they used it. It's great. Great little tool, by the way. Would recommend looking into it. Knip. Oh, and let me put my package PR in the chat. Pinned. Oh, Twitch is telling me something went wrong. Can't pin. Isn't that fun? Now it's pinned. Chmod not recognized in being reported as unlisted binary. So if I just copy the specific commit, and text. Ooh, look at this. GitHub like offers to fix these links now. That's cool. should chmod always be a recognized built-in? All right, so let's fix PR, pick that up. Then let me make sure knip is fixed. Add chmod to knip.jsonc. Add chmod to knip.jsonc. There we go. Git push. And I'll also mention this one on the social. And a little issue report. Okay, so this is a pretty small PR. Let's see what else I would want to look at. So when we created testing CTA2, there were some outputs from the CLI. It added contributors to table, installed packages, and so on. But then it mentioned running some scripts. I just want to make sure those scripts are off because I have a hunch that they mentioned something that is incorrect. Installing packages taking forever. Ha! Look at this freaking response time. 1 minute under. Amazing. Probably still a notification. Love it. All right. Amusingly, it does increase coverage in the code cover report because that line of code is run in the end-to-end tests, which have coverage merged with unit tests. All right. So, cleaning up files, blah, blah, blah. I wish PNPM installs took less time. It's all cached locally. I don't know why it takes so long. I haven't looked into it. Not confident I could make too much of an improvement. Why does this take so long? What happens when we're doing cleaning up files? Cleaning up. PNPM dedupe. Aha, so that actually runs an install also. Isn't that lovely? Format rights, PNPM lint fix. All right. What is taking so long? Alex162, welcome. Thank you, I appreciate you saying that. That enums talk was fun. Where is it? Josh Goldberg, enums. Seeing if YouTube has fixed the the search. There we go. Yeah, that was a fun one. Michigan TypeScript's great meetup. Come on, test initialization script. Come on, CodeCov, do your thing. Hey. Oh my God, why does it take 15 seconds or more to archive code coverage results? Oh yeah, how'd that? How did that conversation go? Come on. Come on. You know what? It ran successfully. I'm just going to merge. YOLO. Nope. Didn't mean to keep checked the waiting. That's fair. I feel like enums are a love it or hate it feature, and if you love it, that's totally fine. All right. So now main is updated. Check out main, git pull. Let's see how my installation is going. Cool. Yeah, so I remember this now. It says continue to create and GitHub repository from the new directory, cd into the directory, run initialize, git add all, commit, git push origin main. However, testing CTA3, the newly created repos don't actually have an initialize script, I don't think. Yeah. So that's wrong. What they do have is what they do have is a the ability to, here we go. You could do like npx template TypeScript node package mode initialize. You do that. See how that works. But yeah, there's no initialize script in these created packages. So let's run that, see what happens. Let's just run -y. Oh boy. So this is annoying. I don't want to force the user to manually go through the prompt. So what I want to do is I'm going to tackle, well, first I'm going to file a bug, because it is a bug that we're telling the users to initialize. Create mode shouldn't suggest painting run initialize. It doesn't exist. So let me just file that bug now. The mode create option shouldn't suggest users run pnpm run initialize on a newly created repo because the initialize script doesn't exist. That script is just part of this package template. So that's a blocker for me feeling comfortable telling everyone to use this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, instead of run initialize, I'm going to make a little helper friend. Create run suggestion. Rerun suggestion with mode initialize. That's what I'm feeling. So that I want to make this function. Let's move it to a new file. There we go. Look at that fancy schmancy TypeScript dev server shenanigan. All right, so yeah, what I want to do is have it return npx template no package, but with I don't know, with like author and owner and all the things that this script would prompt for. All of which are suggested, or all of which are read for in this read options friend. So read options is the function that takes in your raw arguments like process.argv and then gets all the settings for them. But actually read options stores input.values. So you know what? I bet I can just pass input.values. Input.values. Options, here we go, and mode initialize. So options is options. Does options have a mode? It does not. So mode. I think I've got a mode somewhere in this repo. Yep. So the end result is going to be some kind of npx thing -- mode. And if we look at the options type, we've got a whole bunch of them. So I'm actually gonna put them here. Mode, and author, options.author. So now this will start suggesting all these different things that someone might want to run. Author, and I'm gonna remove, author actually. I think that might be something we don't particularly need, but I definitely want to include, what is it? Description. Actually, you know what? I will include author and email. Description, author, email, funding, owner, repository, title. What else do I want? You know what? I'm just gonna take all the options and then what if I could do this automatically? Object.entries, options.map, key value, return, key value. What's this complaining about? .map, .join, value. Let's create some unit tests. This is going to be fun. Just copying my standard unit testing, create rerun suggestion. Test. All right. It includes values with key value pairs with modified names. It's actual, we'll create rerun suggestion, initialize options. Actually, let me just make this inline object and add missing properties. Expect actual to match inline snapshot. This is like the laziest way I can get this all to work. All right. So immediately we see there's undefineds and blank screens and stuff. So what I'm going to do is filter value bang bang value. So let's update that snapshot. And now test owner, test repository. Now I'm going to PM run test create rerun -u. Alright, so now it should update automatically. Look at this. Alright, so now we have -- owner, test owner. I'm going to say value dot value stringified equals value as a string, value stringified dot includes space. If it does, then we want to wrap it in quotes. Otherwise, we want to just return value. There we go. So the owner, test owner, doesn't have quotes. Oops, leave that extra quote there. How will bang bang value work? Please explain. Hello, thanks for hopping in. So the not operator or exclamation mark or bang operator in JavaScript says, give me the logical opposite of whatever comes to the right. So if you were to open a node terminal, oops, and then say like value equals 1, 2, 3, not value would be false, which means then not value would be true. So I'm basically just doing this. I'm checking whether value is truthy. Just a nice little shorthand for that. Does that answer what you were looking for? The surrounding context is I want to take away all options that are undefined. Cool, yay. So title, test description, yay. And I always forget to mention it, but if y'all have any questions on what I'm doing on open source, TypeScript development, accessibility, life, whatever, let me know. I'm always happy to chat. But okay, this is looking good. We've got quotes around a description with spaces, owner, repository title. Now what I want to do is, let's say that we did skip install. Oh yeah, some kind of. Oh, is it skip API? That was skip GitHub. Huh. All my docs are wrong. It's not skip API. It's skip GitHub API. Oh, interesting. So it's just internally the code is skip API says value skip GitHub API. Okay. Let's just rename that value. See how many things that messes up. Skip API. Nice. Oop. Skip GitHub API. Oh no, what's it supposed to be called? Ah, I did lowercase h instead of uppercase. Cool, cool, cool. Just renaming a value or an option, whatever it's called. All right. So now I want to, let's say we want to exclude compliance. Note that it becomes dash exclude compliance, like camel case, but the way it's supposed to be run is exclude dash compliance, like a kebab case, I believe it's called. So, ooh, and I also want dash dash mode here. I don't like how this is formatted. I'm gonna let's say mode and object.entries. I filtered that map dot sort, so they're all in sorted mode. And you know what? I don't care. I feel like it's okay for mode to come first. All right, yeah. So I want to rename or rewrite from camel case to kebab case. I'm just gonna look up npm package camel case to kebab case. Oh yeah, change case. I've seen this package before. 5.7 million weekly downloads. Let's try it out. Change case. Npm add change case. Turn change case or kebab case key. I'm gonna have to. Is it here? Sentence case snake case. Camel capital constant dash dot. What are the cases it supports? Annoying. So not this package. This is not having what I want. Wait. If that's packaged as camel case. Is kebab case? Packages. Is lowercase, first lowercase, no case, param case, Pascal case. God. What case am I looking for though? Test string, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's header case. Aha! Param case, that's what I'm looking for. Param case. There you go. Can I import from change case? Yay! Does it work? Dash dash exclude compliance. Yay! It changed the case. Cool. Oh man, I didn't even need the package. I forgot. I have this I have this object that already has the hints for each of them. Oh, but that's just the excludes. It's not all of them. Does args.ts have a thing? Yeah, no, that's okay. So the casing it is. All right, so this is good. So I got this rerun suggestion and looking pretty good. Got npx template types new package, dash mode, and then the args. So, all right, so now we see the way create mode works is we first read in the options, we try to make a new directory and repository if we need. Then we create with options. And if we sent to GitHub, meaning if we push the repos tooling up to GitHub, then we indeed just say now all you have to do is populate the tokens and secrets. But if we didn't send to GitHub, now we're like, okay, consider creating a repo from the command line. Cool. So ppm build -- watch. I'm gonna make another repo for, and then I'm gonna skip. What is it? Args ts install, skip install, and exclude contributors, because those are two things that tend to take a little while. All right, look at that. So here we have an issue. Skip -github -API. That's not good. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do this programmatically. I think what I'm going to have to do instead is get first matching arg. I'm going to write this. Key string. Return object.keys all arg options .find arg. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, from these like the shared listing of all the allowed arguments, I'm going to find the first argument that if we replace all dashes with nothing, then we get key.to lowercase. See if that fixes things. So let's include a few more bits just to test. All right, so mode initialize description, exclude compliance, owner, repository, test repository, title. Okay, this is looking good. So I feel comfortable that I'm just gonna turn on a bunch more of these just to be safe. You know, I'm gonna test author, base is everything, create repository. True. Yeah, I'm gonna test.com. Tab indents. Next serve 42. It is my pleasure. Thank you for noticing. Mixed truthy and falsy values. Yeah, I'm just gonna add a few more stress test bits to this test. Cool. So if we rerun. Oh yeah, you're talking about that big ol' prettier tabs discussion. I think my big gripe with this is that it's gotten twofold. One, it's gotten so big that people are just not reading the previous hundreds of messages. No surprise there. And then two, we don't have any formal investigations from like known accessibility organizations, just individuals posting. And while those individuals are enough to convince me personally, I do think we should have some kind of like, big study or some such done. Life is hard. Do I have 2 quotes right there? That's not right. Looks like there are 2 quotes. Is that a bug? Why is there an extra double quote? What's going on? Huh? So I get quote there. Oh, it's because it's the end of the string. Got it. All right. So let's RMRF testing CTA4 and then run again. I think we do need usability studies because it is possible that although tabs are better for a large, even majority percentage of users, it's possible that they're actually worse for some other users who just haven't been included in the discussion so far. So whether it's a usability study or at like less than that, just a concrete statement from a group of experts. I want something telling us that everyone is correct to say tabs, that it won't like mess it up for some people. Semicolons are a great one too to look into. All right, so let's see. I've got cd testing CTA4. So this command all looks good and reasonable. However, I will note skip GitHub API true should no longer be there. Same with skip install. Oh yeah, single verse double quotes. Yeah, what a nightmare to have to make a decision on. I don't envy the prettier team. One of the many reasons why I don't do much with formatters myself. So yeah, let's, I want to say that there are two things we need to change here. One is skip GitHub API should be false, and then skip install should be false, because I want people to... Can I plug links here? Yeah, absolutely. Please do. Thanks for asking. I want to make sure that when folks run that command, they don't stay with the skip GitHub API. It should still be sent to GitHub. rmrf, what was I removing? Testing CTA4. Cool. Let's see what happens if I run this. Oh, wait, no. Nope. Wrong. Oh, wait, it's not mode initialize, it's mode migrate. See, testing CTA4. Yeah, it's mode migrate because you're migrating an existing repo. So let's... Template-typescript-node package has 3 different modes it can run in. It has migrate, which takes an existing repo and sets it up with the tooling. It also has create, which creates a new repo, and initialize, which is what you could run in an existing repo. I guess maybe it is mode initialize. Yeah, you know what? I think initialize was right after all. But migrate should work too. Create a new repository. Let's see if see how the package is doing. So in theory, migration shouldn't change anything. Hi, Connor. Welcome back. Thank you for joining on. I was 3 minutes late to start today. Maybe that had something to do with it. Oh no, an error. That's not good. What is happening? Looks like there was a problem. Correct it and try again. Error, failed initializing GitHub repository. No git remotes found. GH label list. Right, so migrate is not the right thing to do. Let's create a new repo testing CTA5 and switch the rerun suggestion to initialize, but it should be from the parent directory, not the child one. All right. See what happens if we run that. That's not the command. Come on. How's it going, Connor? Create a new repository. No files match the pattern GitHub // Man, what is happening? I don't even know what my tool does anymore. All right, so what we want to do is consider creating a GitHub repository from the new directory. Initialize index.ts. Hey. Try to get status. Get init. Oh wait, so initialize does need to be run from the directory. Delete 5, creates 6. CD testing CTA6. Then let's run the suggested command. How did that ESLint config work for you? A lot of complaints? Did I see on Twitter you mentioned this? It's an intense config. Amused. Yeah, because initialize does run. Oh, fudge. What's complaining about now? Branch not found. All right, I'm going to zoom out so I can act. What is happening? I can actually see all this stuff on one line. There we go. Perfectionist is a great config. Or plugin. Very strict, but dash fix mode for the win. All right, so the problem is we're trying to push up branches main protection, and it's a put request to that URL with the body of setting a whole bunch of GitHub repo settings, but it fails because the main branch doesn't yet exist. So we just created testing CTA 6 under Joshua K. Goldberg. So if it's testing CTA 6, and the main branch does exist. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Oh, yeah. Huh, I haven't heard this this quote before, but I like it. Slow down to speed up. This is my personal fave. All right, so we created the thing. Contributors and release won't work because there are no tokens. So why does it say that branch not found is the error when... what is happening? I bet you if I run this again, it might succeed, but in the meantime, I think I'll file an issue. You didn't want to just dash fix? Plain text. See what happens if I run again. Still no. GH label list. Alright, so this is initialization in newly created repo. What's the command? No get remotes found. Okay, I saw that error earlier. So I think this means that initialize needs to also add a get remote. Yeah, for sorting, if it's not for you, it's not for you. It's not applicable in every situation. I personally like it because I just like everything having exactly one right way to do. And it's easier for me to read through, but I understand it's very nitpicky and very annoying. I will say I did add a an exclude lint perfectionist option to the template here. So if you don't want it, you can exclude it. This is like newly added in the docs. It might not have even been in existence, let alone documented when you ran. Okay, so yeah, the problem is initialize doesn't necessarily run with a get remote. So if we go to the git status, get remote -v. Okay, yeah, so get remote -v didn't exist. So the problem is after running npx template TypeScript node package skip GitHub API, then running the you're suggested to run the commands, the new repo. That should pass. Actually, what happened is this thing. So first I get this error about, actually, so this is two errors. First, I get an error about branch does not exist. So branch not found, but that just might be like a GitHub taking a while to make the repo thing, I guess. So that's a second issue to file. But here, command failed with no remotes found. I do dislike how long this message is. But no get remotes found. So I'm going to work on this one first, but in the meantime, I have fixed the the original bug I wanted to solve for 721, just reposting and pinning. I don't remember if I did already, because I'm just exposing another bug. Love it. So milestone ready to rename. Yep. All right, so let's see. Let's just review what I've done here. I added this create rerun suggestion function, which takes in a mode and then a bunch of options. So that's nice. I also fixed the name of skip API to skip get API internally. That's just an internal refactor I'll bundle in here because I'm a silly developer. Create rerun suggestion TS is the real juice of the command. It's got a nice little single test file. None of the things are unused, which reminds me, let me run pmpm lint and pmpm lint knip locally. Read options has that rename to skip get API, skip get API. So these are just a bunch of renames. Good stuff. All right, no issues. You might want to mention the README that if you initialize CorePack, it should install PNPM automatically. I am hesitant to recommend CorePack. I've seen a lot of repos start to recommend using it, but not everyone, and I've had some issues with it where like it'll pin to the wrong version, and I don't know if it's just that I was using it wrong. I don't remember what they were now. Do you think that CorePack is like ready for everyone to adopt it? Chrissy, CBID, welcome. How's it going? Suggest rerun command. I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm just like hesitant because a year ago it would have been for me. Fix suggest a rerun command instead of ppm initialize after offline creation. Cool. Would you be up, Nixer, for filing an issue suggesting it? I like giving people like authorship or contributor credit for filing issues. If not, no worries, I can. But got repo tooling that'll give you a credit in the README if you if you file a thing. All right. Okay, so I've got this fun little issue and PR pair. Instead of npm initialize, adds a rerun suggestion that takes in most of the same, that takes in the parsed options and reprints them in the CLI. It hard codes skip GitHub API and exclude contributors to false because not skip API. And skip install, was it? I already forget. What am I doing? Create index, skip install, yeah. False because because they're needed for the new repo. Oh, no rush at all. Do it. Yeah, hopefully PNPM or ESN config and ESN plugin. Yeah, ESN plugin perfectionist does get -- fixed. After each of the forms of creation, there is a lint -- fix that gets run. So at least the repo should start off with the nice friendly sorted everything. But all right, I made the PR, yay! Pinned. Let's post about it. Oh no. I think I forgot to, next bug is a bad error suggestion on code creates. I totally forgot to to post this bug that I was investigating. Oopsie poopsie. And a fix. Yay. How is everyone doing, by the way? Can you believe it's end of August already? Wild. So I'm just gonna sort my things. 722. And oh no, test is failing. What was it complaining about? Oh, the snapshot doesn't match. Tisk tisk. Definitely an issue first, just for tracking. But I would love both. The PR would be great. Oops, I forgot to remove change case. Oh, okay, whatever. I had removed the pnpm lock.yaml and package.json changes, but never ran install. Pnpm run test u. Updated snapshot. See how that goes. Oops. Let's see what that snapshot looks like now. Snapshot looks good. Base everything, create repo true, description with quotes, email, test.com, blah, 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 blah. Yep. Very happy. In theory, that could improve the performance of this for scale. Like if I had like thousands or even hundreds of args, caching the result of replace alling on them might be a good idea. Or whatever. I don't have enough to make that important. Code size, I think, would be more important here. All right. So this looks good to me. I'm happy. I'm pleased. But all right, create mode shouldn't suggest pnpm run initialize. So that's the fix there, and this should hopefully pass soon. Next we have no get remotes found from each GH label list. So that's because I need to fix the repo initialization logic to add a get remote if it does exist, or if it doesn't yet exist. So gh repo create, I think, how does it, is there a repo create? Gh repo? Well, what is the logic here? So the problem is that there are no get remotes found. Oh, I wish you could collapse this right side view. There we go. Zoom in. No get remote found. Sent to GitHub. So the problem was I initialized the Git repo, skipping GitHub API, skip GitHub API. Oh, skip API on main. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this to finish before checking, because I do change some constant names around. A little water break, y'all. Always drink water. Water good. Hydration good. My little box is always getting overheated because I got all my fancy schmancy lights on. I ran out of little lemon wedges or slices, but still yummy. Okay. Squash merge. Get pull. All right. So in initialize with options, we run a few things. We initialize local files, update README, clear changelog, update reduce table. We reset the git tags, which is deleting a bunch of old git tags. And then we initialize GitHub repository, which is something that's actually done in all three forms: create, initialize, and migrate. So we're initializing branch protection settings, initialize repository labels, initialize repository settings. And this bug was closed, right? Did I? Oh man, I fixed the wrong issue. I marked it as fixing. Oops. This fixed. Not the other one. That one is still open. Whoopsies. Okay. So no get remotes found from GH label list. So where does GH label list actually get called from? It's from initialize repository labels, which is called from initialize get repository, where we just were. So we should await initialize. What is initialize repository settings? AutoKit REST repos update. Default branch. So actually, initializing repo settings should come first. First update the look. Yeah. Yeah, initialize repository. So initialize get remotes. AutoKit options. Let's make this new function. Let's get remotes. Initialize get remote. So the problem was I don't have a get remote locally. So what I'm going to do is make sure that there is a get remote locally. So if I go to cd temp testing CTA 6 and get status, it's got a bunch of file, but get remotes. Const remotes equals awaits star get remotes. And let's get that std out. Trim. If remote, what do I want to do? I want to say get remote add testing ABC123. So now I've got two remotes, and one is origin, one is testing. So now if I const $ equals awaits imports execa dot dollar get remotes SD outs. Haha, there we go. Look at that fancy schmancy node terminaling. Oh, cat hair. All right, dot trim, dot split. Again, remotes dot includes origin, awaits, get remote add origin, hps github.com repository or slash owner slash repository. I don't even need the AutoKit here. Awaits, git fetch. Cool. So now if I start build mode again, node, let's go to the old command, see what happens if I run it this time. npx I don't want to run npx, the global thingy, the like published version. I want to get my local version. Yes, mode initialize, author, base, blah, 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 testing, CTA 6. So this is initializing GitHub repository. Now just curious if I run the git remote. It does have an origin now. Hooray! Oh. At least one. I love it. See, this is why you always try your code out locally after it's published. You never know when some horrific shenanigans will cause issues. All right, so I fixed this issue, but now in the uninstalling initialization only packages step, which happens towards the end, it looks like it's trying to remove packages, but it's not removing any of them. Great. So that's another issue to file Oops, GitHub Actions logged some things. This is funny. Another bug. Did I put this one in the right milestone? Yes, I did. Bug. At least one dependency name should be specified. Removal. After mode initialization. Right, so anyway, this is fine. This is fine. This is a separate issue from what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to work on this one first. And what I want to do is, I'm gonna file that issue, and then I'm gonna switch back to this one so I can write some tests for it. So that was 722, which was not fixed by 723. Whoops. That was no remote shutdown. After fixing, we should pass with no errors. Instead, I get this lovely thing. Never ends. Signed myself. By the way, it's been a little since I've mentioned. If y'all have anything you want to talk about, TypeScript, GitHub, open source, developing code, life, hit me up. I'm always happy to chat. And let me know if I'm like not zoomed in enough or speeding over things and they're not making sense. Please. I don't want to run by y'all. Anyway. So what we have here is next issue for node get remotes found. Initialization. Okay. Oh, what did I... The server gave it invalid with blue sky. You silly goose. What'd you do? So I filed 721, 722. Oh, I don't actually need to interfix 722. I think I've gotten confused and posted the wrong things on social media. Oops. Next issue, forget remotes. What is happening? I posted 722, which is a bug. Oh my god, I think I'm just going out of order. I'm so confused. I'm like literally overheating here, over here. Nate Codes, thank you for having me. That was so much fun. What? Oh, geez. What is WLMC Weekly Live Maintainers Chat? Was that it? Whoops, that's another issue. The fix was... I think it was pull 723. Work-life merge conflict. That's what it was. Sorry. I should start. Yeah, I'll get right on that. I'm just getting confused. I posted the wrong link on social media. This is plural. And now I'm just like, what is happening anymore? I found another bug. Yeah, how do you feel about the chat, Nate? How do you think it went? Amazing. Oh, love to hear it. I thoroughly enjoyed it, so I'm glad you do too. Initialize get remote.test. Yes. Just gonna write some tests for this friend. Describe, initialize, get. Yeah, it's funny to me. Every time I go on a Twitter space, there's like something different and new that's wrong with it. Freaking Elon Musk buffooning up the company. It does not add an origin or fetch when remotes already includes origin. Yeah, I don't know. I wish Twitter would just die already. It would make things so much easier. I wonder if there's like a... Could you merge streams? Could you like get Riverside and Twitter Spaces in some way? Ooh, some people say, hey Josh, I'm working on this issue, trying to figure out a free way to translate the instructions into other languages. Ooh. I do not recommend working on translations if you don't speak the language fluently. It would be really nice to have every language possible. Do you speak Portuguese? Just out of curiosity. Yeah, you can add the plumbing, the infrastructure for a new language, but at the end of the day, if you don't speak the language, it's going to be hard to do that. You host a Riverside room with Tejas and Rachel. Roadcaster. This space. Oh my god, that's so complex. I love it. Yeah, I don't know how to help you there. I'm so glad I don't know these things deep enough to help, but also I'm sorry I don't know these things deep enough to help. Yeah, I've never gotten good at audio mixing saws. Anyway, by the way, so I don't forget, what I'm doing here is I want to say the way I've set up execo mocks is with like a standard Veep thing. Mock resolve value empty string wait initialize get remote expect mock dollar. Let's import you. Let's pass in options as a shared constant. I thought like the point of these platforms like Riverside and StreamYard was to make it so you didn't have to do as many shenanigans. Mock.calls to match. I gotta say, I've been using match inline snapshot a lot more recently. Test, initialize, get remote. It's just like a nice, quick ppm. Wrong repo. Yeesh. It's like a nice way to get like a test assertion on some tricky to write value. Like, look at that. That just did it for me. Very nice. Cool. Yeah. I mean, if you speak Portuguese, great. Then go for it. But this one would be already inclusive. But like, if you can't verify the fix in a particular language, like I personally wouldn't translate to Portuguese. I speak like a few dozen words of Russian, and I wouldn't go for Russian. So that's already includes origin. And yep, mock call is just the one snapshot get remote, and then it does add an origin and fetch when remote does not include origin. Oui. I'm going to France in a week and a half, 8 days, I think, a little more than a week, for a wedding. Very excited. Won't be my first time there, but I like France. Last time I was in Paris, I ate so much freaking French food that I had like GI issues from all the fat. Turns out a lot of the best French food is very fatty, and I don't have a gallbladder, so that was an issue for me. Love me some desserts. All right, initialize get remote if needed. Yeah, I'd say translation in software is interesting, especially education content. A lot of people want translated education, like how-tos and learner resources. But then as soon as you get into the real world, where like you might say work in open source, the vast majority of packages, even big major ones, aren't translated into languages other than English. Or if they are, it's very inconsistent which languages they're translated into. So at Codecademy, we found that it was very low value per effort to have translation resources. I was actually the person who killed off a lot of the code for translating in Codecademy's resources years ago. And every time a higher up would ask, can we translate? I was very excited to see it shut down. I would love to have seen translations, but it was extremely high effort and very difficult to maintain, and learners wouldn't even benefit from it. So what are you going to do? Fix, initialize, get remote if needed during all of them. Initialize, get remote if needed. I did work at Codecademy, yeah. I've had 2 full-time jobs at least 2 full-time placements in a company, depending what you count as a job. One was Microsoft. I joined the end of the summer, middle of 2015. God, brain fart. And then beginning of 2019, I started at Codecademy. Yeah, translation is something that sounds nice and everyone gets excited about, but when you actually implement it and release it to people, it's a lot less useful than one would have wanted. I'd say that most of the time our answers ended up just being, well, use Google Translate or similar. Like, that's the best we can give you. Because content needs to be updated over time, which means you need to translate all the updated content too. And then you also need to link to resources other than yours most of the time. So, in initialize, where's initialize get remote called? In initialize GitHub repository. If there isn't yet their remote, as one. Or get remote, it's an origin remote, as one. Oh, my pleasure. I'm glad you used Codecademy. I will note that I joined on in beginning of 2019, and the company was already a long-standing member of the coding community by the time I joined. But what did I do there? I worked on a bunch of different things. I bounced around. I actually started and led the accessibility push. So if you're blind or disabled, etc., and using Codecademy, I got you. I led their transformation to a TypeScript shop. They had, I think, a flow file when I joined. That was one of the things we talked during my interviews of, let's do this. Those were good times. It's a great company. Cool. So you you were perfectly timed to not benefit or experience pain from me being there at all. Glad to hear it. Amused. Still glad you like the platform, though. It's a great one. Yeah, they got bought by Skillsoft, which is like the enterprise equivalent of Codecademy, one of. A croque monsieur is just a hot ham and cheese sandwich. Ha! I didn't realize that. So what's a croque monsieur? How am I saying that? Ham and cheese sandwich with a... Ooh, look at all that. How do you say this? I never know how to pronounce all these ham and cheese. Gruyere, parm ham, bechamel sauce. So classy. I remember having them and loving them. Also, Madame's. Croque Madame's. But alright. Got this PR up. Let me link it in the chat. What is happening, Blue Sky? Okay, my thread is getting all weird here. Alright, fix for the remotes issue. Post that, see if that works. I resent how long the end-to-end tests take in this repo. Multiple minutes. Can't have that. Curious, anyone in the chat, have y'all seen other templates that you like? I've looked at Create React app, Create Next app, Create Remix app, the Astro Creator thingy, I forget what it's called. Y'all have any other things you like using to create new repos? I like doing competitive analyses, seeing what everyone's doing. I mean, honestly, anything with a name, an ingredient list that includes a bechamel sauce, I would consider to be fancy, but I grew up with, upstate New York food vibes, so we considered P.F. Chang's fancy. Probably not a good resource for this discussion. Okay. Initialize get remote if needed. Hooray! So that's good. So now I've got bug initialization runs before GitHub branch created. Yeah, so back to this thing, which I had filed before. Yeah, I remember when PF Chang's opened in the Malniar, so it was like a whole thing. Also Melting Pot, though I will stand by Melting Pot. That's a good time. Running npm or npx template TypeScript node package load initialize. After the same thing, skip GitHub API node create should succeed. Looks like the script ran before GitHub finished setting up the repo. On rerun, I don't experience this. So I'm not sure what's going on with this thing, so I'm going to have to just file it. I'll assign it to myself and then see what happens. I'll work on other stuff in the meantime. Oh, love Cheesecake Factory. Used to, at least. Not a huge fan anymore. Been there too many times to feel excited about it. I just love a Cheesecake Factory gift card somewhere. I feel like Cheesecake Factory is one of the few restaurants that has a giant menu but is not bad. Like, I actually like the food there. It's just very, you know, fat heavy, calorically challenging. Also, their cheesecakes are actually good. Very good cheesecakes. Love cheesecakes. All right, so fail installing initialization only packages. At least one dependency name should be specified for removal. Let's work on this issue. So PM must remove something. PM remove gets run in packages. And I just, off the top of my head, I know what's happening here. It's that if you if you run PM remove, it'll remove any package that doesn't exist yet. But if you don't have any, then this will still run and it'll just have, excuse me, none there. So, whoops, that's what I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refactor these to constant present PM remove filter dot join. Surprised it worked without the explicit join space. But yeah, anyway, if present, yeah, let's join it, and if present, run the PM remove, and you know what, function run remove present string extra string awaits if present awaits. So I'm just gonna present is a string array. This is a string. I'm just writing a shared helper for these. So await run remove package names dot filter. Names are filtered, dev dependencies. And then we also have that nice little -d. There we go. How do I manage my finances while working full-time open source? You're the first I've interacted with who is working full-time open source software. Everyone says that's not a good experience. You're right, it's not a good experience. Thank you for asking. And if y'all have any other questions about open source full-time, happy to answer. I'd say I don't have any plans to stop this anytime soon. I'm really enjoying it. I do get an income. It's split between book royalties for my Learning TypeScript book. Buy it today. I always forget what my bang command is. There it is. My personal GitHub sponsors and the TypeScript ESLint Open Collective. My total income roughly comes out to a little bit more than the New York State minimum wage. So that's fun. I'm likely about to start getting a little more income from some podcast hosting I'm setting up soon, and from some ESLint work, I hope. But yeah, I used to earn 6 digits at Codecademy, like staff software developer level shenanigans, and now I have to pay off my wife's healthcare. So I'd say it's not for the faint of wallet. Don't go full-time open source unless you have prepared financially. So there are open source people who have different funding models than me. I don't do any consulting for the most part, very rarely. And none of the packages I work on have like pay to use models. Other packages do, like you'll get more features or get features sooner if you pay type stuff. And I've seen like there's an online running joke about PHP Laravel developers with their Lamborghinis, but the stuff that I work on does not lend itself well to that model. But yeah, no, I'm not complaining. I'm happy. My nose itches. So I got packages, and let's write some unit tests. Have you been considering going open source? How do you say your name? Amastak 97. Is that a thing? Just packages. So let's describe remove dependencies. Oh man, this cat nose hair situation. Where are these actually used? I wonder if I can like dedupe these all together. So uninstall is removing dependencies. These ones from package data, and then remove dev dependencies package data. So it's just package data.dependencies. Oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna. Oh, I do hate having a. I do hate having unit tests that cover like a shared helper indirectly. I don't want to add like the same if else for present.length to both of these unit tests, but what I'm going to do is let's see, package names existing. Yeah, you know what? I'll just write unit tests for them directly. Whatever. It's what does it do? Sounds perfect. That was me for a while. Let's see. It removes packages that don't yet exist. Removes packages that already. Removes only packages that already exist. Ugh, this is bugging me. I'm gonna existing extra modifiers flags. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I don't want to have like multiple functions calling a helper, and then that helper needs testing. So flags. Right, so present package exists. So let's remove dependencies. Package exists. Filter. What is package exists? Oh, let's call it listings. Listings? Record string. No longer need to optionalize that because it's set to default here. All right. Oh, you've done open source contribution. That's awesome. Oh yeah, WordPress is a great project. Okay, so got these ones. Remove dependencies. Dev dependencies. -d. Yeah, I don't love how I'm like kind of making this a little bit more low level as a function, but I don't want. Yeah, I don't. Whatever. Ooh, wait, we package data. That's a promise. Okay, package data dot dependencies. Package data dot dev dependencies -d. Ooh, I'm getting hungry. Been going out of this for an hour and a half. That's fun. Okay, so this looks good. Remove dependencies. It removes only packages that already exist when some don't exist. And then I'm also going to say it does nothing when no packages already exist. All right, so wait, remove dependencies. So mock. So let's see, mock. Await. Yeah, remove dependencies. 1, 2. Then so exists missing. So exists is 1, 2, 3. And then expect mock dollar to mock dot calls to match inline snapshot. And then test u. Cool. And does nothing when no packages already exist. Cool beans. And then it adds a flag to remove packages when one is provided. -d. Okay. And I think I saw a test failure, so yep. Finalize complaint. Go remove dependencies. Export is defined. Yep. Mock remove dependencies and then get remove dependencies. I gotta update my mock. Who is complaining here? Huh, interesting. Doesn't look like remove dependencies really needs to be explicitly its own separate variable. See if that passes. Cool. You can run test run. All tests pass. Yay. Check out the. So what did I actually do? I changed it so that don't need that. So that I just have the one remove dependencies function now, and it's called with optional existing and optional flags. You know, this package exists doesn't even need to be its own separate function. I can just simplify here. And existing. I like that name. Doesn't need to have explicit type annotation. There you go. All right. Cool beans. Check out B, safe package removals, get add all, fix. Don't pm remove an empty list of packages. Great, great. And this fixes 724. Refactors the two existing package removal functions to be just one. Hooray! Fix for the package removals issue. I'm very excited about this this work area. I feel like I'm really making progress here. I like making progress. Go CI. I'm probably gonna get through. I'll try to at least get the initialized script to pass on this repo stuff, and then we'll probably head out after that. I've been here a little over an hour and a half. Oh my God, Blue Sky, what are you doing? What is happening? Interesting. I don't even know how I'm going to fix this one with the GitHub repo. GitHub API. I wonder if this is something people found. GitHub API branch not found application. You're required to have admin. That's not it. I don't think the issue is that I don't have the right auth or whatever, because running again did work. Well, oh no! Test initialization script. What happened? What's wrong? Failed uninstalling initialization only packages. Cannot remove empty string. What? No such depend. I'm gonna have to filter. Who's doing that? Who's calling? It's uninstall packages.js. That's presumably early on. Remove dependencies. Oh, you know what? I bet flagged is getting added incorrectly. So yeah, let's do present flags.filter boolean.join. Because what we want is we want to remove anything that's not truthy. So that's just like a quick little way to do that. ppm run test packages updates. Yep, so there we go. There was including empty string, fix empty string. It's a downside of using test snapshots. Sometimes you miss things that you would have noticed if you wrote it manually. Oh, interesting. As a flag to removing packages when one is provided. Git add all test name. Now I'm worried that my string interpolation is all weird, but I'm sure it's fine. LOL. This is why we have the end-to-end tests. Anyway, now that this is working, let's try rerunning again. And got a pm build in watch mode and see what happens. Initializing the GitHub repo. Awesome, look at this. Git it all, git blog. Doesn't have any commits. Yes, this is awesome. Ooh, unexpected await of a non-promised, non-lendable value. Does that just mean await needs to be removed because it's unnecessary? Where are you seeing this, Higher Connor? Am I getting a bug? Complaints in my PR? Yeah, so that comes from... Great question, by the way. That comes from... what is this? Await venable is the rule? You're seeing it in your code? It comes from this friend here. Nice. Yeah, so the await keyword in JavaScript says asynchronously give back to me the value of whatever the promise to my right is for. Like here, stuff would be console.log stuff. Await stuff. Like, so here the result would be the string ASDF. You know, Playground doesn't support top line, whatever. Top level async await. Yeah, so result would be ASDF. But you can also await anything. Like you can await 1, 2, 3 or whatnot. And that, you don't need to do that. So what we would suggest doing in that case is just removing the await. But we don't auto-fix it because who knows, maybe you actually did mean to await something. Like maybe it was supposed to be promised at resolve 1, 2, 3 or whatnot. But yeah, it's basically just that the await keyword does nothing if the thing isn't a promise, eventable. So you can probably remove it. Hooray. Good question. Oh boy, I still have a complaint. What's going on here? What are you complaining about? Commands, blah, blah, blah. What's it? Cannot remove clack prompts. No such dependency found. I wonder if it's because I'm switching the escaping. So if I just what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna npm remove present the way it was before, and then if flags, then I'm going to flags, otherwise empty string. Let's see if that does what I want. So we remove present, which is a whole bunch of stuff. So exists, and then also -d. At all, get commit. How about previous style of interpolation? Is that what you're looking for, Conda, by the way? Did I answer the question you were meaning to ask? Yeah, I'm thinking PNPM is interpreting this entire thing as one name. Ah, yes, it is. See, there's a quote there. It's escaping it. That's not good. Awesome, yay. Yeah, that's an example of a type-2 PSN rule that just finds unnecessary stuff, which I think is wonderful. Cool. So this PR is looking good. I don't know what this initialization runs before get a branch created thing is, but I'm gonna try making another repo here. So let's make testing CTA 7. Testing CTA 7 as a repository. And I'm running the bin index. So let me actually keep it watch build and go. Testing CTA 7, and if I just testing CTA 7, if I just run this command, but the template repo instead of the online published version. Node initialize, author, blah, 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 title, testing stuff. It doesn't seem to exist. What would you like to do? I want to create a new repository. Initializing GitHub repo. Come on, please pass, please pass. Oh, it passed? Oh my god! Ah, amazing. Yay! So that's great. Scene hasn't happened again. Maybe a transient issue or separately fixed by something else. Ta-da, indeed. Can reopen if it comes up again. Hooray! Close with comment. And I'm gonna close it as not planned. Ta-da. All right, so this PR is still giving me pain. What's happening here? Cannot remove tsx-d, and the escape command is pnpm remove this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, and then tsx-d. You know what? I'm gonna switch my the thing happening here. There's a execa command that I've used separately. That's the exact same place. So I'm just gonna pass that to execa command. I don't want to have to deal with all these shenanigans. because so execa command just takes in a string, and I'm just going to pass in the string. $, like deals with interpolation, which is very useful in some cases, but not what I actually want right now. Mock execa command. That passes. Arrow switch to execa command. Actually, before I do that, let me just. Yep, pm remove exists. Pm remove exists -d. And does nothing. Removes all packages when all already exist. Let's actually give this a blank. Oop. One. Oh, right. Not blank. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6. Nice. Git add all. Git push. Hooray! Freaking Jerry hair. So this is looking good. I'm pleased. Now I'm just gonna test this out again with a bigger repo. I'm not gonna skip install or anything. I'm just gonna run it, see what happens. So author Josh Goldberg, description, testing this out, owner Josh Goldberg, title, base everything, repository, testing, CTA 8. Might ask for my email. I think it will. So email at joshuakgoldberg.com. Create a new repository. Sure hope this passes. Let's see if it's already made it. Account Joshua K. Goldberg. Testing CTA. Was it 8? Yes. All right. No description provided. Looks like it's still using. So what happens is the create mode generates it from the template-typescript-node package. Now it then creates the repo structure locally and should push it up to the repo. It should also set the labels on the repo, which it hasn't done yet, and the description in the metadata. So we'll see how that goes. Actually, while I'm here, I've been making so many freaking Scratch repos for this thing. Come on. Repositories. CTA 7. Template testing. Yeah. All of these I'm just gonna delete eventually. I think we're good here. Josh testing. You can see how much I've been testing out these things end to end by how many of these ridiculous test repos are created. All right. Past installing, cleaning up files. That includes pm dedupe. All right, so the way that I delete a whole bunch of repos is I will go to their settings and mass. Oops, settings. And then I will just keep doing the same actions one at a time, like scrolling all the way down with the keyboard. Or copying. Because I am a human and this is how I automate myself. It is good for my contribution boxes, yeah. Pity I'm deleting them! But honestly, I think most of these have been accompanied by some kind of fix. PR. So I'm not too worried about those boxes. Yeah, one of these days I'll make a tool that sets your boxes to be like the middle finger emoji. Something. Yeah, I could GH repo delete, but while I'm here. LOL. Ooh, do I want to push the templates tooling up to the repository in GitHub? Yes, I do. Please work. So now I'm initializing GitHub repo. So this should, let's see. this should, yeah, testing this out, testing CTA8, testing stuff. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's so good. Woo! So that's nice. This pleases me. And it already has a pull request from Renovate. Thank you for that. Lint knip, key 22 but 20 but 0. I've got some unused dep dependencies. That's funny. Oh wait, this 50-minute. Wait, did I? What repo am I looking at here? Test CTA8. Testing CTA8. I already forgot. Oh my god, I have so much fucking hair in my mouth. Goddamn cats. All right. Okay, so this is good. The feat initialize repo thing is complaining, yep, because there's no contributors and release. So that's fine. But otherwise, yeah, this repo looks good. So I think this package is ready to rename, which makes me very happy. I'm so gosh darn happy about this. Looks like this PR passed. Hooray. Did I post about this? Yes, I did. Squash and Burged. Hooray! Croucher, you are not the only one. I have so much cat hair. We have 3 cats, and one of them is super affectionate, and all of them shed, some more than others. And it's so annoying, but I also really like the cats, so I'm not too upset about it. Hey. Anyway. Create mode. Oh yeah, this was fixed by something. I already forget who this fixed or who this was fixed by. What? Fixed by 723. Yep. Closed. Yep. All right. So yeah, the ready to rename milestone is just create TypeScript app rename. 2 ragdolls. That's a good word for them. Fluffy. So I feel comfortable renaming this to create TypeScript app. So I'm going to do that. Let's see here. Ugh. Move template TypeScript node package create TypeScript app code create TypeScript app. Oh yeah, create T3 app is another creator that I've used. Get checkout main get pull. PMI. So annoying. I want to get like a personal vacuum for my face just to get all the. Alright, template TypeScript. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do a whole bunch of find and replaces. Create TypeScript app. Crit start friendly. Blah blah blah. Make sure that's the description in the package JSON. Yep. Let's rename this to create TypeScript app. Awesome. Template. Was that everything? I see a lot of mentions of the word template, but nothing that's actually template TypeScript, so that's cool. Create using templates, Devin called with. Look at this. Great. Comment template. PPM run test. PPM run TSC. PPM run lint. PPM run lint MD. PPM run lint nip. Checkout be renamed to create TypeScript app. Add all, get status. Chore or feat rename to create TypeScript app. Git push. So there's really nothing that says template dash anywhere. Or template TypeScript node app. TypeScript node. What? Git push u origin rename to create TypeScript app. Fixes 671. Why do I use my build output dir as lib and not build or dist? Just curious. I don't have a strong preference. That's a great question. Lib is 3 letters. Build and dist or more. Yeah, I don't know. I like lib. If there's like a convention that we should all use, I can go with it. But for now, lib is fine for me. Finds and replaces the text. I think that's all that needs to happen. Are there any like good reasons to do build versus dist versus lib, etc.? Love to hear them. Finally, renaming to create-typescript-app. Ta-da! Oops. Add a link card. So just going through the changes. Yeah, a lot of renames. Is default output for TypeScript build? I don't know. Let's find out actually. If you go to akms/tsconfig, that's the place to find all the default docs. Emit is the section for where things are emitted to. Although it might be in like outdir or something like that. Yeah, there it is. Emit outdir. So just outdir. #outdir. If specified, JavaScript files will be output to this directory. If not, it's the same as the TS files they're generated from. Yep. Oh yeah, out file is if they all get smooshed into one. Haven't seen anyone opt into using out file in a while. It's kind of old. Old style. All right. So this PR is looking good. What I do need to do though is rename the repo to create-typescript-app. That's very exciting. Come on, okay. Create-typescript-app. Available. Renamed. Hooray! Let's refresh. Cool. This makes me happy. It's running the end-to-end tests. I should also rerun these, I think. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. I should rerun these after the rename just to make sure everything's happy. I don't want to, but I probably should. I'm curious how this will impact the code coverage lines. Now that the title's a little smaller, I'm not sure if the character computation will be different, or lines or whatever. We shall see. Well, anyway. Notifications I need to look at. Nope. A lot of GitHub actions on the releases. Blah, 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 blah. Cool. Other repos that I'm not looking at right now. Code cover and. Why does this take so long to do? Archive code coverage results. 30 seconds is longer than I would have thought. Anyway, what's this? You know what? Because this ran after the rename, I'm happy with just merging it once this passes. So let's say that this is it for today. I've been streaming 1 hour, 59 minutes and 10 seconds, so we're good. But this was a pleasure. Thanks you all for watching and chatting. It's always makes me happy. Last thing is if y'all have any other questions you want to ask, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. Things to talk about, points to make. And after that, we should see who I should raid. Got almost a dozen viewers. They have y'all go over to someone. Thanks, Connor. Squash and merge. Woo! Yeah. Oh, I gotta update this description. quick start friendly repo, and then there was also an emoji here. Well, I think I was standardizing to remove the prefix A from all my things. Whatever. Codecov unknown. Oh yeah, this is a whole thing where Codecov, I remember years past it would have an issue with renaming repos. Goldberg configure. Only select repositories. What is it? Create TypeScript-app. Save. I'm only whatever. Resyncing. That's what I think I was looking for. Create TypeScript-app. Oh, okay, it works. Yeah, 91%. There are a few points that could have test coverage added, which actually is one more little shout out if y'all want. I've got some good first issues filed under testing. So anyway, who is streaming now? Quite a few people. Let's head on over to Chris. Last in the list. This was an absolute pleasure. Thanks for watching, y'all. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out. Oh, and buy my book, Learning TypeScript.